Hi, everyone. This is Module 8, Lesson 3, the author's purpose. Today's reading focus is the author's reasons and evidence. So we're going to talk about what reasons with evidence did the author use to support their points. Our learning target today is I can explain how an author uses reasons and evidence to support their points in a text. You're probably wondering what exactly is the author's purpose. Well, most of the time, authors have a purpose for their writing, and this means that they have a goal or something that they're trying to achieve. Even though authors write for many reasons, there are 3 reasons that typically we think of texts as being. So the 3 types of texts are persuade, they're meant to persuade, or they're meant to inform, or they're meant to entertain. And you can remember these 3 ways as the author's PIE, P-I-E. Once you can recognize an author's purpose, it's actually easier for you to understand their message. So let's take a look at these examples. Inform. Informational pieces of writing are usually used to give us facts or to explain events. So when a text is written this way, it is meant to inform you of something. Texts that are meant to inform are things like your social studies or science textbooks at school, also newspapers and sometimes articles. If an author's writing to inform, their goal is to share information about a topic. Informational text can also be persuasive, though. So let's see what persuasive is. If a text is trying to persuade you of something, it's used to try to get you to do or think something. Okay, so these are things like advertisements. Hey, come buy this really cool jacket. Speeches, or commercials on TV. Those are all meant to persuade you, get you to think a certain way. In persuasive writing, writers usually use words like should, must, now, always, and never. Their goal is to make you feel a thought or to take action. And then the last one is entertain. When an author writes for entertainment, they're trying to get you to feel an emotion. It could be happiness, it could be a mystery, it could be an adventure, or maybe they just want you to feel excited. The author wants you to read the story through the emotions that you have when you read it. And sometimes readers enjoy stories that are sad and scary. That's not uncommon. Entertainment is personal, so it's going to be a little bit different for everyone. So let's see, how can we figure out an author's purpose? Well, first, we have to think about the genre. We are reading informative texts about eating healthy, right? So these texts give us facts, but they're also trying to convince us that it's a good idea to make healthy choices. In texts like these that are both informative and argumentative, the author's purpose is to inform readers, but it's also to get them to think or act a certain way. And that's really trying to persuade them. So once we have thought about the genre, then we have to ask questions about what we read and find the answers. Let's take a look at this example from our text. Are you wasteful or waste aware? So as I read, I want you to think about who the author's intended audience is, and then what does the author want readers to do, okay? So here's our text, and it starts off by saying, what fast and simple changes can you make so your food and drinks are more eco-friendly, cheaper, and better for you? First, assess yourself. Are you wasteful or waste aware? Check this list of disposable items to see how your packed lunch measures up. Do you have a sandwich in a cardboard or plastic box, a salad in a plastic box, chips, bars, or cookies in plastic packaging, containers of yogurt, a carton or a bottle of a drink, plastic cutlery, or plastic bags? So the author's intended audience for this page is children, parents, or other adults, or pretty much anyone who packs their lunch, right? And I know that because it says that you can check to see how your packed lunch measures up and that you should look for an eco-friendly and cheaper and better way to pack your lunch. So that would be targeted at anyone who packs their lunch. And now, what does the author want the readers to do? Well, I think he wants us to check our lunches to see if they're eco-friendly. when we pack them. And he is trying to persuade us to be less wasteful by providing information. So he says that we should assess ourselves and check to see if we're using disposable items, and then gives us a list of the disposable items. As you read today, remember your author's purpose pie. So the P is for persuade, that the author wants you to think or act in a certain way. The I is for inform, the author wants you to share information about a topic. And then E is for entertain. The author wants you to enjoy a story. Then you're going to ask yourself, what does the author want me to do? And that will help you figure out the author's purpose. Okay, guys, that's all for today. Have a wonderful day, and I will see you soon.